Hello beautiful people, Brett here with Manifest Better Life, and this lesson on Absolutely Effortless Prosperity, lesson 28, is all about I see only God in all of my affairs. So I hope that you will enjoy this lesson. So now get comfortable and let's go. Day 28, lesson 28, I see only God in all of my affairs. Today I'm completely vigilant for the light in everything I do. I know at every moment that everything happens to bring me closer to my goal, which is peace. Every action I take comes from my willingness to do my function of healing. Today, I see only God in all of my affairs. So guys, breathe in. Try to absorb this because this is so powerful, right? Let's go to assignment so we know what we need to do for today, right? In order to experience the most out of this lesson. So today's assignment is sit for 15 minutes in a quiet place. Later in the day is preferable. Look at yourself, at your growth. Acknowledge how far you have come. Breathe in, guys. Exhale. Again, when you are doing this and sitting somewhere quiet, and looking inwardly and really acknowledging, hey, my life changed. Hey, I feel more peaceful every single day. Hey, I feel more happier every single day. Hey, I had better job. Hey, I started my own business. Hey, I learned a language, or I starting to learn new language. Hey, I'm gonna go for the best vacation of my life. I'm really looking forward to it. Right? When you start seeing, like, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, you were like more in like, oh, I still have to go to work. Oh my God, today I have a headache, right? But now, more you practice these lessons, you are feeling better. And you can only see it today. If you really started these lessons on day 1, so now it's day 28, it's almost 30 days. And when you look backwards, you will see how far you've come. Please acknowledge it and congratulate yourself. Love yourself for doing these lessons and living them every single day, because they are changing your life. And more you will repeat these lessons every single day for the next month and the next month and the next month, until they become habit. Your life will be like completely different. You can change your life all around. And I'm happy for you. So now let's do some affirmations for today's lesson. An affirmation is peace is everywhere. So please close your eyes, relax, and breathe in. Today we're gonna breathe from the bottom of the perineum of the spine all the way to the top of our head. So breathe in. Feel the energy raising all the way to the top of your head. And hold it there. Let it build. Enjoy the energy having inside of you. And exhale. And again, breathe in. Feel at peace when you're breathing in this energy. Hold it. And exhale. And one more time, please do it for me. Breathe in. Hold it. And exhale. And now repeat after me. Peace is everywhere. Feel the peace inside of you and all around you, because peace is everywhere. Feel it. Bathe in the feeling of the peace. And say it again. Peace is everywhere. Great. That's right, guys. Peace is everywhere. I am so happy for you. I hope that you feel amazing. Even though we did only 3 times, I really recommend this, to do this every morning, every afternoon, and every night before you go to sleep. Just because, imagine, now we do only 3 breaths, you're gonna do at least 10 to start. And then we are doing only 3 affirmations, and I want you to do at least 40, 50 per session. Imagine how great you're gonna feel. It is powerful. It is really amazing. It's magical. I hope that you're gonna really enjoy all these sessions on Absolutely Effortless Prosperity. And if that make you feel good, please give me a like. I will really appreciate it. And now we can go to recommended reading for today. And the story number 1 is Where We Do God's Work. From the time I was a young boy of 9 or 10 years old, I had admired my older brother Michael's body. He was a devoted bodybuilder and used to pose for me. I began to train at the gym when I was about 13, and working out has continued to be part of my daily life since then. Over the years, many studies have outlined the benefits of working out, describing the chemicals that are released in the process. But all I knew when I began was that I felt good. Working out was as natural to me as eating and sleeping. After years of lifting weights, I yearned for the time when I could participate in some significant bodybuilding competitions. However, I was aware that I would need to use steroids to achieve the muscle mass necessary to compete successfully. Since I was definitely not interested in using drugs to alter my body, I just let it go. Shortly after that, in January of 1993, I learned of several natural contests where all participants are screened by blood tests, urine analysis, and/or lie detector tests. In February of 1993, I entered and won the Nevada competition. In April, I won for California. In June, I won for the United States. And in December, I captured the big one, Mr. Universe, Natural Division. Was bodybuilding my life? Most certainly not. The role of bodybuilding became very clear to me one evening during a seminar of A Course in Miracles. One of my other students challenged my suggestion that we should move beyond the body to seek the love and light within ourselves. He demanded to know how I could say that when I was obviously very involved in building my own body. I was stunned. I had never thought of myself in that way. My response was spontaneous and to this day reflects my honest feelings about my body, working out, and the gym. I explained that the gym offered me an abundance and miracles. On a daily basis, I was presented with many opportunities to practice the principles of A Course in Miracles. In fact, several of my friends from the gym had joined me at the seminar on Monday nights. Even my titles facilitated growth in the gym. Because of them, people approached me and inquired about fitness and training. This often opened the door for my function of healing, loving, and forgiving. Who are we to question where God guides us to do His work? Yeah. We just need to accept those. We just need to accept this. Whatever you are meant to be doing, whatever God or universe wants you to do, you will be doing it. It doesn't matter what it is. So it doesn't matter if you are a bartender. It doesn't matter if you are a doctor, a lawyer, nurse, a teacher. It doesn't matter if you are a business owner. It doesn't matter if you are helping others with charities. Just trust that whatever you're doing, it is for your highest good. And it is here to serve you, to help you understand who you truly are, so you can really be the best you can be. Remember, you are here on a mission to heal and to be at peace, no matter what it is. Story number 2, on the death of a loved one. I have always been extremely close to my mother. She and I have connection that I have not shared with anyone else. While she was alive, I appreciated her counsel as much as her wit, and I visited her in Australia every year. Above all others, she marked my spiritual growth as I studied A Course in Miracles. In the fall of 1992, my mother came to the United States for a visit. While here, she decided to travel to Calgary, Canada, to see an old friend. My plan was that she would return and spend a few weeks with me in Las Vegas. In November, I received a very somber telephone call from my brother John. He told me that mother had suffered a heart attack. I was not distressed. Instead, I treated it lightly. Perhaps even then I knew it was all perfect. My brother continued, "No, Bijan, it is really serious. She is in a coma." He asked me to meet him in Canada. When I arrived at the hospital 4 hours after John, I walked into a room where a body lay. It was hooked up to tubes and machines. I recognized the body as my mother's, but she was definitely not occupying it. The doctor explained to us that we could request that the machines be disconnected. However, without our request, she would have to remain on them for several more days. I advised the doctor that we would let him know. I told John that mother was no longer in her body. He looked puzzled. I said that she would want us to have some fun and enjoy the city, since we would not be back here again. He looked bewildered and asked if I were sure of this. I asked him if it were not what Mom would want us to do. He agreed that it was. Then I spoke to our mother. I told her that we wanted her to come back if she could, but if she could not, I wanted her to send us a sign to let her go. As we left the hospital, John asked again if I were sure. "Let's go," I said. "Mom is not here." We went downtown and enjoyed ourselves as best as we could. The next day, we returned to the hospital. Mother was in the same condition. The nurses said that nothing had changed. I asked if something had happened during the night, but each nurse said that nothing had. John looked at me and said, "Maybe she didn't hear you," but I knew that she had. We waited for the doctor. His report was the same as those of the nurses. Mother's condition had not changed. Again, I asked if something had occurred. The doctor asked me how I knew, and then went on to explain that without apparent cause, all of the machines had stopped in the night. We had our answer. John and I decided to call our sister Terry before instructing the doctor to disconnect the life support. Terry told us to do whatever we felt was best. After we spoke to the doctor, we went to a mortuary to make the arrangements. Our option included cremation, burial in Canada, or shipping her somewhere else for burial. John and I were inclined towards cremation. As we were discussing our decision, I became aware that mother wanted to be buried next to our late brother Michael and his 2 sons. When I talked about this with John, he immediately agreed. We told the mortician of our decision. He offered to check the availability of flights on which her body could be shipped, but when he returned a few minutes later, the news was not good. There were no flights available to San Jose, California for the next 5 days. Since John and I were leaving that evening, we were uncomfortable with her body remaining in Canada. As we were packing in the hotel room, the telephone rang. It was the mortician. He told us with amazement that he had received notification from the airlines that there was a cargo space available that evening. To our surprise, it was on John's flight. When John contacted the San Jose cemetery to make the arrangements for mother, he was told that the plot next to Michael's was not available, and the closest one was across the way. Disappointed, we decided to take it. On the day that mother was to be buried, John received a telephone call from the funeral director informing him that the person who owned the grave next to Michael's had defaulted. The site next to my brother was now available. From the morning after my mother left her body, she has joined me in my regular meditations. Each day, Her presence continues to give me guidance and love. Yeah, so again, guys, everything what's supposed to happen will happen, or everything that's supposed to be right will go right. This is when you are living in the moment. This is when you are living in peace. This is when you allow God or the universe to guide your actions and you really trust it. So guys, if this video gave you some really cool aha moments, please share them with me on this video. I will really be happy if I can read them, and again, they will help other people to understand these messages through your stories. So thank you for that. And also, if this video gives you some value, maybe you start thinking about yourself from the inside, right? And if you start seeing the changes, please give me a like. I will really appreciate it and I will be really grateful for it. And if you are completely new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button with the bell notification icon so you don't miss out any lessons on absolutely effortless prosperity.